Hi everyone, this is Luiza speaking here from Some Studio Milano. I'm here with my partner Marlon.
Hello guys.
Today we are hosting the second talk from Back to Materials, a series of talks about new sustainable materials. And we are very glad to be hosting today a team from Ecuador, from Lako.design studio. And now I want to welcome Claudia and Luca.
Hi everyone, I'm Claudia. I'm from Ecuador, and Luca, my colleague, had to run out for a little emergency. We have, it's gonna be just me. Now I'm gonna call my colleagues, Carla and David.
Okay, great.
Hello guys.
Hi, hello.
Hello guys.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for participating in this talk with us. We're very glad to have you here. So welcome. And now we would like just to ask you to briefly introduce yourselves, your background, your field of work, your academic background as well. So yeah, just...
you can begin with Claudia and Luca.
Yes, sure.
Okay. I'm from Ecuador. I'm an architect. I'm specialized in industrial design for architecture by Politecnico di Milano. And I'm passionate about the complexity of design in all the fronts, which has led me always to being in search of things to do and ways to materialize social requests. I work as freelance, and I am also a design lecturer at a design school at UDLA here in Quito, Ecuador. And I am also an associate professor with the program that Nova Accademia di Belle Arti di Milano, NABA, has with this school. My role in this project is related with the conceptualization and research of possibilities.
Hi everybody, I'm Luca. I'm from Italy, from Milan. I'm graduated from Polytechnic of Milan and specialized in interactive urban planning. I work as a university professor and in public places project and urban planning here in Ecuador.
Welcome, Luca.
Hi everyone, I'm David. I'm a product and graphic designer from Ecuador. I'm focused on the industrial aspect of the discipline, and my main role in Kajkao is the research and development of the material.
So nice. Hi, Carla.
Hi, how are you? I'm Carla Anderson. I'm a product designer from Ecuador. I've studied in Elizaba, Barcelona, which I'm an ambassador here for Ecuador. I also work in different fields of design, such as visual merchandising, art direction, and product design. And as well as Claudia, I teach in School of Industrial Design. And I would like to thank everybody who's listening us right now. And also, I want to thank some collaborators of us, which have made this possible. Ana Maria Arroyo, which is a designer who helped us doing the communication strategy, and also Matteo Luciana, which is from Turini, and he's our anthropologist collaborator. That's part of the team.
That's great. Thanks a lot, guys, for being here. We can see that you are a very multidisciplinary team. That's great. And so now let's go on and talk about your project.
Kajkao.
Okay. Well, Kajkao is the name of the project in which we've been working intensively during the last year. This project seeks to make use of agricultural waste of cacao crops to produce biomaterials under circular design guidelines. These biomaterials are biodegradable or compostable and contribute to lowering the ecological footprint of this agricultural practice. And we hope also to improve the socioeconomic conditions of the producers of this fruit. Well, while I show you, I'll talk about the results we have had. And while this happens, Carla will share with you some images, so it's better to see what we have done. And so far we have developed some stable materials like plant-based leather, bioplastics, insulation panels, and wood-like applications, while others are still in an experimental state. Some of these biomaterials have no additives, while others incorporate a very low percentage of other biocomponents. And about what has inspired us, well, I think what has inspired us to develop this project is the people that is dedicated to cultivate this precious raw material. We have drawn inspiration from an Asian Ecuadorian practice in agriculture that is called chakra. Chakra refers not only to the agricultural technique, but is a philosophy in which a diversity of plants are cultivated to share in benefit of the whole communities, like an ecosystem. And this is a very beautiful link between the humans and their environment. This has encouraged us to analytically explore the agricultural waste that cacao produces. So we managed to cascade the matter for different uses and purposes. So we achieved 0% of waste. That means that the waste we have from producing one material cascade as the raw material for the next one. And we achieved 0 waste that way.
Yeah, I think it's interesting people to know even that only 50% of the cocoa it's used in the production of the chocolate, no? And the others 50% it's waste. So it's very nice that you thought about this project and to use this as a lot of kind of materials that we can see that you show to us. It's very, very interesting. So congratulations, guys.
Yeah, and I really like the link between the communities, the local communities, and the project, because we know that sustainability is something holistic, right? We don't think only in terms of waste, but also how to improve the lives of the communities. And I think you have done this very well for what we have learned from your project. So now that you explain even further, we can see, like, as you say, it's a beautiful link between people and the project. So I would just like to highlight this part because I like very much.
Yes, and if you guys have some samples to show.
Yes, we have them here.
Because it's very, very interesting. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So
this is a chipboard.
Yes, it's a timber chipboard, the insulation panels.
Nice.
It's so nice because we saw the pictures. Now we are seeing, like, in the video.
This is the plant-based leather.
And this is the original color of the leather?
Yes, we have managed to change the colors by natural process, not dyeing it. It's just
Wow.
Very nice.
No, I might say it in Italian. It's el proceso de invecchiamento. Manage well. There's like bioplastics, some molding experiments, and
with some texture.
Wow!
Nice. Yes, we were actually going to ask you how you select your colors, your forms, and materials. So maybe you can talk a bit more about the colors, the process that you.
Okay. Well, I thought all the materials we are developed are suitable to be dyed, and we are aware that there are so many options to dye with bio origin and low impact. So far, we are focused.
No worries.
So far, we are focused on exploiting the aesthetic potential of the pure material. So it's not when we talk about colors, and for us, so far, it's not a matter of selection, but a matter of search. I will share with you some of the. I think that the light is not the best, so maybe I can share with you some pictures about some colors and textures of the material.
Okay.
So here you can see. This is like a brief collage we have made to show the different textures we have achieved. And well, some properties of transparency. This is very interesting. If we could zoom in a bit, it has some golden spots just naturally, and well, some transparency, and the colors. This one, for example, it's just with this process of mature the material itself that changed to this color. So basically, that is the process we've been involved in.
This is the invecchiamento that you
This
were.
is the invecchiamento.
We need the word in English.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
I'm not too sure,
Yeah.
so you can look it up later.
Maybe people can put in the translator.
Okay, so I also want to ask you, because we learned from your website that you say that you wish to pioneer the knowledge transfer towards a circular economy in the cocoa sector in Ecuador. So we were wondering how difficult, how challenging is this goal that you have linked to the realities in Ecuador, social realities and whatnot.
Well, yes, it's very challenging actually. We know it's very challenging, but it's like all the things around it that it's an incentive. As being here in Ecuador means we are where this extremely valuable, extremely well appreciated and popular product worldwide. And we are like in this genesis of this precious product, a genesis that hasn't really been appreciated. And we intend to focus on the origin of this product. Being here means we can focus on the origin of the product and add value to it by introducing new raw materials that respond to a circular design logic. Lucas said some time ago, we are at this precise moment with this precise material, because we are at this historical moment where we are questioning the environmental impact of our consumer habits. Also, on the other hand, in Ecuador, there's been a change from being just a cacao grain producer to producing a cacao derived product. This has come with the fact that there has been a lot of support from the private and governmental sectors, which opens a door to think about proposing new processes in the beginning of this production chain. Also, it comes in hand with the fact that the local government is responding to the UN's 2030 sustainability agenda. So yes, we believe we know it's really challenging, but we know it's the way forward. We believe that this is it's relevant now to think about new ways of production by know-how methods rather than import-export models.
Yes, for sure. And someone needs to lead the way, right? So you guys are leading this in a great way, I guess.
Yeah, when we talk about circular economy and circular design, we know that communication and information are key. You know, so people need to know about the process and about what we are talking. So did you think about workshops with the community to explain like the things about the circular economy or circular design?
Yes, that has been like the thing that has driven us most. We are always trying to maintain a process achievable for the communities. We always try to maintain a logic with their practices, and like Claudia said earlier, like we have this connection with chakra and the way they manage their cultives and stuff. That's always been a guideline for us.
Okay, that's great. And talking about your process, your work, we were also wondering which part of this process do you enjoy the most? Researching, experimenting, prototyping, or concept? Maybe each of you guys prefer some some of these phases. So,
well, I think that the most interesting thing of working with you guys, with this team, is that all of us has its own passion. So together, I think we love to explore all the phases of design all the aspects of design you just mentioned. But if it comes to choose, I think that we all agree that research and experimenting are the most important. We believe that this is an important space so that our discipline can advance. It's a space of freedom, of vanguard. So it's very, I would say that if I don't know if you guys want to say something different.
No, I agree with you. That's it. And the different visions of each one from life and also from design makes it works for the team. Yes, that's it.
Nice. And also, you mentioned that in your website, we were reading that you are looking for investors and collaborators. So how is this going so far?
Oh, well, from the beginning of the project, we consider that working with collaboration is really important. And that's why we have defined all different actors in the process and in the project. And we believe all these different visions, as I was saying, are the ones that enrich the project and the materials. We have now reached the point where most of the attributes of the materials are stable, and we have defined these 4 different kind of materials. So we think it's time to share and to invite different stakeholders to collaborate with us. Also, we have managed to define this. For us, it was very important to define these materials, but also to be for them to be stable, because we have something to share in a different scale.
Okay.
We like to experiment, but we want to make them happen. So that was important. And also, we have some news. We have some graphics. Well, some things to share with you,
yes,
so
sure.
You can see how scaling is this project. David, if you want to share some of the videos.
Sorry, 1 minute.
So far, we have, well, this is working. We have shared this project with different experts, and it's really exciting because it's really been well received, this project. Harrison.
Okay, sorry. Talking about the experimentation process that Carla was mentioning, we have developed, I don't know if you guys can see this. Well,
yes, we can see.
Yeah, okay. We're currently adjusting our process to guarantee stability in the skin-like materials. That's the bioplastic we achieved and the plant-based leather. We have reached some really exciting properties like elasticity, water resistance, weight resistance, and we also have seen very interesting results when these materials are submerged for a few days in water. So that led us to think about new experiments where we can, new experiments regarding the responsiveness of these materials to this stimulus with some restraints. That means to experiment about how we can program the response of this material with adding some structural restraint to it.
Okay. We saw in the website that you have some suggestions to use the product. Could you explain to us like the bioplastic?
The applications of the product.
packaging we saw.
Construction as well.
We we wanted to put that information as a suggestion, as you said, but actually we are more focused in testing the materials and providing technical information of the materials so that the users, the rest of the designers, the community of designers can propose their applications. So even if the materials are suitable for those applications you just mentioned, we want to have that other approach. We don't want to say, okay, this is for packaging, because that for us would be close to people's minds. So no, this has these certain characteristics. What would you do with this? That's more the approach than telling you, is it suitable for doing this or that?
Okay, so the other person also can, be creative and explore, right?
Yes, and this is a new approach, like for collaboration, new experimentation.
Yeah, very.
It's an invitation for the community to participate in the project we want to share. That's why, and we did it that way.
Yeah,
no, it's very nice. We like the logic. And another question we have here is like how sustainability and circular design impact your work, and what does it mean for you, for your work? You can take turns and answer, or I don't know how you want to do it.
Well, for us, we were talking about this yesterday while preparing for this interview, and we agree that for us, this means recover as society the concept of finish. Okay, and reconnect with our environment to know where things come from and where they go. And sustainability and circular design are extremely important to make a change of mindset. That it has to come with that. It is related with the way we see materiality. And the way we see resources. We can change the mindset from a waste to a resource. And in this, design is key, because design is the discipline that creates valuable things for users. And in that sense, is the most, for us, is the most powerful vehicle to generate this change of mentality. And basically, that's what this concept mean for us, and that's how they influence our work.
Okay.
We can say that even for us.
Yes. We are very aligned with your vision as well. We think design is very powerful, and we are very excited to see how design is working with science to change things, And so it gives us hope nowadays, I guess.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
Yes. Okay, and then the last not the last question, the next question. Who or what inspires your work? I think you said right before the community, right?
Well, first I will respond to you this as a group of designers. Well, in that sense, we are inspired by design-driven innovation. Basically, we are constantly sharing updates related with processes, methodologies, and tools. We merge our professional practice with the academic world as design lecturers, as we mentioned at the beginning. And that's important because we believe in the importance of creating a deep design culture environment. And that is key for having social impact through design. And also because we believe in investing in human talent. Well, now as not designer, as Claudia, I would say that the greatest inspiration has come from living our context. Living in our context makes us that we can't be blind to certain things. Personally, I grew up in many rural places, moving to one place to another because my parents were passionate about transmitting the production knowledge to farmers as the best way to improve their quality of life. Farmers in Ecuador live in very precarious conditions, and it is absurd because they are an important part of the base of our society. So the positive impact is not only in the environmental level, but also the community level and the social level is not, I wouldn't say one of our inspirations. I would say it's one of our principles.
Okay.
Basically.
Nice, very inspiring. And you guys want to add anything?
I think Claudia said everything for me. Yeah, she did well.
Yeah, everybody. Okay, and so how do you see your work going next? Where do you see your work going next?
Well, first of all, we were talking about this yesterday, and the first answer was, well, we see each other at Milan 2021. Design Week.
We meet you.
Since it's been great to be part of this digital experience, it has been a great response in this context. But we really would like to feel that energy that the Design Week has.
Yeah, so, we hope you come so we can meet up, right?
Yeah, we miss this energy and the aperitivo as well.
Yes.
So, well, but talking seriously about the project, what we want to do is to scale things up, to be able to see the changes we are proposing at all social, environmental, and economic levels. So that's where we see each other.
I would like to ask, how is the community like when you approach them, the community of farmers? How do they see your project? Do they welcome you, or do you have any kind of difficulties telling them, or how is it? I'm just curious.
Well, we are still planning our strategies because, well, I imagine that in Brazil you have the same scenario. We are a multicultural society.
Yeah.
So approaching a community from the coast is absolutely different than approaching a community from the Amazon. Their cultural background is totally different. The way they see and the way they accept new interventions and new knowledge are absolutely different. So that's why we have make some little approaches in different levels, and that's why we thought that working with anthropologists and with Luca, which is specialized in these interethnic approaches applied to design. He's in difficult talking in English, that's why he's not saying.
No worries.
But we realized that was key. And they are working in this part of the project of developing the strategies to could be able to approach in a very successful way. So we are using also these user-centered design approaches to have the right strategy. We are aware that since one community can welcome us in the best way and being open to listen to us, and also the institutions that work with them, like ONGs, can be open to that. We are aware that the culture is key. So we are now developing this strategy that takes into account our interethnic context.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Also, one thing from that, we're positive to think that if we add value in the origins of the product chain, every farmer will be glad to participate with this, because we're thinking of them. We're not just using these products, but we want to think that we can make better their lives by doing this project. Because we're positive thinking of that.
So they can be also the ambassador of your project as well, since if they believe in the project, if they know that the project is good for them, for the community, they can incorporate the values and help you to spread the word and to make things work out, right?
Yes, actually, that's it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, it's good, and it's profitable. So
yes,
yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So then the last question here is, what do you think is the role of a designer nowadays in our contemporary world?
Well, the role of the designer is now in our contemporary world is to orchestrate all the different variables that surround any social request. And I think that we must, as designers, be coherent with all these variables that surround us. And that comes from, since an environmental level to a social level. We need to be aware of everything that is happening to us and synchronize them into a design response. That is our role. And also, I think that by this we are able to change users' habits, users' mindset. We can. I think that the role of designer is also to manage a good design of transparency behind products, so that the users can be empowered and change their mindset from consumers to citizens. They need to be aware of this change, and I think that this is the most important role of design.
Okay, and you guys have any other thing to add? I cannot hear. Sorry, it's mute. Yeah. Now I think it's okay. Yes. No, it's fine.
Okay. Yes, I just want to add that it's important to have an empathic vision from design, because that's the way we can really see the insights from the needs that the world has from all these different parts and variables that Claudia was saying. I think it's empathy. It's one of the keys.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's great. Do you want to add anything, David?
Yes, just to reinforce what Carla just said. I think it's important to understand for us, and I think we all do, that we don't have to make separation between designer, consumer, and everything. It's all about the same level. It's about the same level of interaction and being a two-way channel of communication and proposing. It's really important for me that there's a responsiveness with the community as well as with the potential consumer and the designer, the producer, and everyone. It's just horizontal.
Yes, we totally agree with you. Everyone has an important role, right, in this shift towards circular economy, a sustainable future. And do you guys have anything else to show us, or the presentation? I'm not too sure if we showed everything. Or
I think we showed everything, but we for sure we want to invite everybody to follow us, to see the web, and also to see Isola platform. And there are really nice interesting projects.
Yes.
And for sure we'll be posting more information of the project. We like to make a community. We want to be part of the community and to share everything we've got.
Yes, that's great, guys. We are super inspired by your answers, by your work. Thank you so much. It's so beautiful to see how you managed to respond to social issues, to environmental issues with such a nice project and mindset. Was really nice, right? Yes. And so we are very glad that you take your time to be here with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you too for your time.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. And we keep in touch. Maybe next year we can meet here in Milan. And we would like also to say a big thanks to Isola that promote this encounter, this opportunity. So we keep in touch and we see you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
We hope so too.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your
Thanks
time.
a lot.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye, guys.